Like and subscribe right now, or else this will be in your bed tonight. r/AskReddit by Planet Reddit. What's the dumbest reason people think they are better than others? They're louder. Correct. Wrong. Their parents are rich. Money in general. Their husband is rich. How much weed that they smoke or how many guys or girls they have screwed. Way back when I was in college, there was this one guy on my floor, Adam, who'd regularly bring girls back to his room and talk openly the next day about it. Finally, one of the other guys goes, "It's amazing, Adam. I see you with a different girl every single night." Adam nods with a stupid grin. And the other guy goes, "You must be really ducking terrible in bed to not have anyone to come back even a single time." Ha 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 ha, brilliant. Yeah, to be honest, I really don't get why people boast about their sex lives. I can see a fetish community saying, "Oh, have you ever done water sports with your sub?" "No, I haven't." She says that is a hard limit for her, stuff like that, but making yourself appear better due to how much sex you've had or weed you have smoked is just obnoxious AF. When they're the central sun of their own universe and believe that everyone else is orbiting around them due to the gravitational pull of their attractive personality. Dear a-hole, allow me to introduce you to Method King Galileo and some of his ideas. He was pretty dope. And you're a dong goblin. Edit. Grammar. Thank you /Salted Warlock for helping me English today. And dong goblin. Getting more likes on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Edit. Also, having more friends on those social media sites as well. Ugh. I'm in 9th grade right now and I can relate to this so much. In our 8th grade field trip, people were going around asking others to follow me and I'll follow you back, so it looks like they have a lot of friends. They were also boasting about how their new image on Instagram has 100 likes. They even made fun of this one guy who posted a picture that got 5 likes for being a loner and having no friends. Like, seriously. These kind of people are so duck independent on other popular and cool kids to validate themselves. Just so you know, you are a pretty awesome kid. Never change. When people brag about how busy they are, how long their work days are, and how tired they are, no one is jealous of you. I was just at a bar last night and this guy's fly was down and someone said something to him. He went into this whole big thing about how hard he works during the week and how long he works and how tired he is. And that's why his fly was down. I'm pretty sure most of us have jobs and work our asses off. Just zip your ducking pants up. I don't admire people like that either. When someone tells me they work 100 hours a week and are always exhausted, I'm never thinking, "Whoa. He must be an awesome person for working so much." I'm usually thinking, "Whoa. It must really suck to have no life outside of your job. He must be crazy." Unless they're working constantly out of economic necessity. I've also never seen a perpetually busy person who didn't have piss poor time management skills. I remember people in college with no jobs complaining about how busy they were. But they had tons of free time, they just didn't use it efficiently. I'm a good person. I look after my children. You're ducking supposed to. And if they have kids, the person you're saying that to probably does too. Any variation on minimum standards of behavior counts. Including, I'm a good person. I pay my taxes. Low expectation having mother duckers. What do you want? A cookie? Their karma score. I'm obviously superior since I have more fake internet points. S. Karma is a beach and so are you. Religion, or lack thereof. You can still be a prick if you believe in a some omniscient, omnipresent God. S. You can still be a prick if you don't. Your beliefs don't dictate the quality of your character. Friend. Why don't you believe in God? Dumbass. Because I'm smart. No. Smart people can give reasons for their theism, atheism and worldview. I would never say something like this. But I am tired of talking about it. I'm not one of those atheists that gets a lot of pleasure out of trying to sway people in their religious beliefs because it's actually a lot of damn work. I mean, hell. There are people like Hitch and Sam Harris out there who have already said it so much better than I could. And yet, religion perseveres. It is what it is. So when people ask me why I don't believe in God, rather than actually getting into it, I usually answer in short, closed answers that don't invite debate. There isn't enough evidence that supports it. When they get to the cloud district often, oh, what are you saying? Of course they don't. They can function on less sleep. I knew a kid in year 7 who claimed that he never slept and that sleep is for the weak. He was one of those kids who was into creepypasta and anime. My co-worker claims to only sleep 2 hours a night because he got it in his head that's all the sleep he needs. He also shows every observable sign of major sleep deprivation and drinks more energy drinks than can possibly be safe. He's a nice and well-intentioned person, but he's developed a reputation for being very absent-minded and forgetful. And I can't help but wonder how different things would be if he would stop fooling himself. They know more people. Usually a case of everyone just tolerates them. I had a big realization a couple years ago that the people I know on FB that have over 1,000 friends are usually people like this. They know a lot of people, but they don't actually have any good friends. Nepotism. Just because your family is in high places and they gave you an entry-level position without having to compete against the 50,000 other applicants, doesn't mean you're better than all of them. You didn't even line up on the starting line. Supposing there were 50 billion applicants and you were chosen purely on your own merit, it still doesn't make you better than them as a person. All it means is that you're more qualified for the job you were chosen for. 50 billion applicants? How long has this job been open? Skin color. Congratulations. Through 200,000 years of your ancestors ducking each other and living in certain climates, you were born with a certain skin pigments to match. Similarly, nationality as well. They come up with better comebacks. Well, the jerk store called. Yeah. Well, I had sex with your wife. They have children. Filipino Americans in my area tend to act like they deserve a medal for being Filipino. They act like Manny Pacquiao is the second coming of Jesus. And Tagalog is some kind of holy sacred language despite only knowing the words for relatives. And maybe some swears. Source. I'm Filipino American. Have gotten super close to having this attitude myself. Have gone through high school and college surrounded by these types. My college's Filipino club might as well have been a cult. Okay, I'm white but I have Filipino friends. I've always suspected this but never said anything. At least where I'm from. It's pretty true. I have very few Filipino friends myself because of this. I mean, if I meet a new friend and they're also Filipino, then yeah, I'm going to talk about cultural stuff with them, because it's something we have in common. But we don't deserve some medal of honor just for being born Filipino. I'm American first, and Filipino second. Their car. Related. They drive stick. It never ceases to amaze me how many people, especially on Reddit, are so self-impressed by a skill you can learn in an afternoon in a Walmart parking lot. In Europe nobody brags about it because it's a basic requirement when you get your driver's license. As you said, you can learn it in no time, because otherwise you're not moving from the driving school parking lot. That they're real. I'm not sure what that means. I don't think they do either. But they for sure think they've reached a higher level of being for it. It usually comes with really long nails. Posting those quotes that are like, if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. And a ton of selfies. Exclamation point, so real. If someone says they are real 9 times out of 10 they probably mean a hole. Their parents' accomplishments. Well, my daddy is a lawyer. Remember this. You are nothing without your daddy. Chops offhand. Height. Seriously. What's up with people and height? When the fantastic duck did how far my head is from the ground become a huge thing. When it became a sexual selector. Likely as a sign of health and or access to resources. Chicks dig tall dudes. That automatically makes them better. Testing for a high IQ as a kid. Having kids. You are not entitled to anything. Nor do you know everything about children and how to raise them just because you happen to squeeze one out. Age? No. It doesn't give you the right to be a prick just because you're old, young, a teen, middle age, whatever the hell you are. Getting laid. If you're a girl, I'm not going to be like you're so edgy. Going against social constraints, it's more like that's nice. Why are you telling me this? And as for guys, well cool. Don't really wanna sleep with you anymore to be just another number. Their religion. Also, in many cases, their lack thereof. That's true too. Guess there is no winning. Being a follower of a religion or being atheist. So many arrogant people on both sides. At least one side is right, runs into religious shitstorm bunker. Full Zammy PL8. They don't watch TV unless you are finding a cure for cancer. You spending time flinging something probably just as unproductive. Not being good with computers. I can't tell you how many old people I've run into who seem proud of the fact that they're out of touch with how computers work. Like it's a badge of honor for being from the good old days. They love traveling. WHO doesn't like traveling. A lot of people actually don't find enjoyment in traveling. But for sure the people who constantly go on about Wanderlust and how travel is the only meaningful thing in this world are awful. Being in new places rocks. Actually traveling there is awful. Ducking planes. Man. They suck the life out of you. That they can outdrink other people. Like. Yeah. You are a more accomplished alcoholic than I am. Good for you. Pardon me while I go bask in my health and bank account. Also, when they're 3 times my body weight and size. Like. Sure, you could drink me under the table. I could actually crawl under the table. Unlike you. A guy like this decided he was going to try to impress me with how much he could drink. It was not impressive. Kinda stopped talking to him after that. Money. They watched that conspiracy documentary they found. Lack of education. Like. They view education as some kind of leftist brainwashing that they got out of while they were still able to think for themselves. So they know better than people who went to uni because they are a product of the school of life and they know how it really is. Unlike those educated snobs in their ivory towers. Musical taste. Genetics of any kind, skin color, height, race, general level of attractiveness, etc. Not only are those things irrelevant to what kind of a person you can become, they are also completely out of your control. Congratulations. You were born with Ziz. Which signifies nothing and you did nothing to cause. You are clearly very superior. Drive a nicer car. Their political ideology. Assuming people of the opposite spectrum are wrong or worse. Being tall. I was born to parents in this geographical location. I deserve the benefits of this arbitrarily defined area. You, born some miles in another direction, are lesser than me, and do not deserve anything. The country they were born in. I'm going to say the amount of countries they visited. Visiting other countries can be really eye-opening and amazing, but it doesn't necessarily make you better. Especially when you brag about it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for 3 videos a day.